hi, buddy, hope you find your day. He's like, thank you, Mr. Narwhal. And we see this buddy chat, just traveling chat. It's like it's like the Lord of the Rings chat. It's like following Frodo and Sam on their goddamn journey. Even fucking buddy passed Mount Doom. He passed fucking Mount Doom chat in the lair of the Balrog. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content on my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games. I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video.
And nothing's going to stop him.
Sorry, your car's pretty.
Will Ferrell is Elf.
Before we go ahead and jump into this review of the 2003 Jon Favreau directed and Will Ferrell starring Elf, chat, the Christmas holiday classic. I think it's a modern classic, chat. You know, it is an amazing movie. I love this. I saw this in theaters. I've seen it many times since then, chat. How many of you have seen this fine comedy classic? I'm very, very curious. Very, very curious. They did for Elf and Nightmare Before Christmas. Oh, in terms of like documentaries, neat. That's awesome. That's awesome. Tell me something else. I did not. You haven't seen that? Oh, you would love it, Nia. You would be a big fan of it. I think you dig it a lot. Gatsby saw it in theaters. Yeah. Chris Ayers. Yup. Katie, is it bad? I've seen it, but I don't love it. Oh, I mean, you know, if you like it. I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's fine. DT Darkslide. I'm a big fan of the movie. Seen it, love it, watch it every winter. Too Tall, I have heard of it, but never seen them. Maybe clips here and there, though. Yeah, there's some good clips of the movie. There's some good GIFs, memes even, chat. Also, it's like, yup, Platinum Wave. At one point, it was a tradition to watch it once a year. Yeah, it's kind of with me, too. Because we saw it on Netflix last year. It's on Amazon Prime right now, chat. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it free. That's how I recently watched it again. James, also Roger talking about more Roger Rabbit stuff. Got it. Emerald Jester saw Back to those. A lot of you guys saw this in theaters, saw it around that time. Same with me, I saw this in theaters. I was blown away by how much fun it was. And it's funny because the background, the film chat, just to let you know, people just didn't know what this movie, how successful it was actually going to be. Even Will Ferrell himself was just like, I don't know if this is going to work. Like he had doubts like while making the movie with Jon Favreau, chat. But it was embraced by audiences and critics alike, chat. It was not only a critical success, but a huge commercial success, chat. Had a budget of $33 million, made $223.3 million worldwide. It's considered to be one of Will Ferrell's best comedies. I would agree. I'm trying to think, like, what other Will Ferrell comedy kind of reaches the same heights as this film, chat? Like, certainly the one that's most beloved. You know, I think it might be Elf. It's certainly in his top 3 comedies. I always, go back to it, chat. Like, that's the kind of, because Will Ferrell, he often played throughout his career, chat, a lot of man children. And a lot of people started to get sick of that. Right, I mean, whether it be, I like Talladega Nights and everything. Some people don't like it, but as he went along, like with Step Brothers and Semi Pro and all these other ones, it was just like it's just diminishing returns, chat. Like for me, the 3 best Will Ferrell comedies that at least I really enjoyed, Blades of Glory. I really like Blades of Glory. I haven't seen it in years, so maybe it hasn't aged very well, but I really like Blades of Glory. Elf, of course, chat, and Talladega Nights. Those were always kind of my favorite. Those are my 3 favorites, chat. But a lot of people look at this as the one that's kind of universally looked at. Like, yeah, in terms of his comedies, this is typically considered to be the best one. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you. Webzy88, thank you for the volume. And my new good engine. We like what you're here. Hope you're having a very nice Friday. TGIFF. Thank God it's fucking Friday, right? Megamind, yeah, Megamind. See, a lot of people love Step Brothers. I'm one of those people that just does not like that movie. When I saw it in theater, I was like, oh, I hate this. To me, that was when, okay, I've had enough of the Will Ferrell man-child thing. But with Buddy the Elf, it just worked for me. And I love it, chat, because, the whole premise, the whole setting of it, is you literally have this human, played by Will Ferrell, who is raised by elves for 30 years, shit. All he's ever known is elf life, elf culture, and Christmas. And so it makes sense as to why he's so goddamn stunted why why his diet is just, based on the three fucking food groups, chat: sugar, candy canes, and syrup. Why he's always fucking hugging people and everything needs to be magical is because of that. It's a great explanation, chat. And for whatever reason, I was never annoyed by him. Like, he's fucking weird and shit. And I understand. I can sympathize with James Caan, his father, when he's brought back, when Buddy, just forces himself back into his life. That's like, yeah, I get him, man. He looks insane. But Jon Favreau, Will Ferrell, and the writers and everyone else involved with them, they managed to maintain like a really good balance where it's thoroughly ridiculous throughout the entire movie, but I'm never annoyed. And I really admire that. Glee, thank you for 100 biddies. Did you get my email? I have not looked at it. I'm sorry, Glee. I have not looked at it. My apologies. No, wait a minute. Have I looked at it? I don't remember. I haven't looked at it today. Thank you, Doug. Another 5 minutes. The sugar's actually, it must be. It's that Christmas snow. It's all good. I know you're busy. Yeah, but I will look at it soon. Definitely, I'll look at it soon. Thank you for sending it my way, Glee. I do appreciate that. No, as I was saying, Chad, it just, everything manages to come together for this film, and it just works. You're never annoyed, and it's always consistently funny. Even if it's not like a big laugh out loud moment, which there's plenty in this movie, Chad, it just has this great tone to it, where it just, this is the kind of film, it's great comfort food, where if you put this on, you can't even help but smile, Chad. Like, I was watching an interview with Will Ferrell not that long ago, because I was kind of interested about the history of this movie, the making of the film, and Will Ferrell sat down with this interviewer, and how they originally had like 2 test screenings, one which was for families, and it worked really well for families. They really liked it, and the kids liked it and everything. And then the second test screening was, as Will Ferrell described it, with college frat guys. And it was like, oh, we're going to get killed by this particular screen. But they loved it too. So it's like, it just kind of has this wide range of appeal across all sorts of demographics, Chad, across all ages. And I think that's why it's kind of looked at least for me. I mean, I consider it to be a modern Christmas classic, a modern Christmas comedy classic, Chad. There's few Christmas comedies, I think, in the last 20 years that are as successful and as well liked across the board as Elf. But Chad, let's go ahead and get into the nitty-gritty details, my friends. Chat, we open up with Bob Newhart, chat. A goddamn classic actor, classy actor, chat. Sadly, the late, great Bob Newhart. I believe Bob Newhart did pass away a couple of years ago, chat. Huge career across all forms of media, chat, whether it be television, film, animation, chat. The guy's a goddamn class act. He's the definition of class in a glass. You goddamn right. Thank you, Bad Shields, for the 20 biddies. The only good thing came out of Step Brothers is the polarization Catalina wine mixer in hip hop. There you go. Fair enough. I think he died. I'm gonna confirm if he's dead, shit. If not, then he is still great and he's not late. I don't know. Maybe he's not. Maybe he didn't pass away. I thought he passed away. I was wrong. He's still alive, Chad. So he is the great Bob Newhart, who is still alive. And Chad, he is the elder elf. He's the elder elf, and he explains all the shit that's going down in Santa's workshop, Chad. But first, he has to explain elf culture, Chad. There's three rules to fucking elves, Chad. You only have 3 jobs that you can do in your goddamn life. You can either be a cobbler, you can make shoes, Chad. And we cut to this whole goddamn scene of them helping this shoe salesman, Chad, and he's a fucking bum. And it's like, this guy's not doing anything. He's fucking drunk. We gotta make his goddamn shoes. You could be a shoe salesman, Chad. You could be a shoemaker. Okay, that's the number 1 rule in the elven community. Number two, you can make cookies, Chad. You can make cookies as an elf, but it's very dangerous, especially in the dry season, Chad, because you gotta make them inside a tree. As we all know, chat, once you have like sunlight and it's penetrating dry grass and or leaves, it'll go up in a whole goddamn bonfire, chat. And we see these little fucking elves, they're all fucking on fire, chat, and the cookies get burned. Very dangerous profession, chat. It's not looked down as much upon as cookie making, but the most dangerous one is certainly, looked down upon as shoemaking, chat. But cookie making is definitely the most dangerous of those 3 professions, chat. But the end all be all of the elves, chat, like the one job that every elf aspires to be, toy makers, chat, toy makers. And who is the end-all be-all toy maker in the goddamn world, chat? Santa Claus, okay? That's the person you want to go work for. And we see fucking Santa's workshop, chat. He's got all these various elves. and doing their stuff. See a cameo chat of Ralphie, fucking Ralphie Parker chat, Mysterio's assistant. He is also an elf working for Santa chat. He's like in charge of the assembly line operations. Like, oh, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. But it's like, okay, it kind of sets up the world of Christmas chat and Santa. How people around the world, they don't have as much Christmas cheer anymore. They've all been consumed by the capitalization, the corporatization of the holidays chat, and they don't believe in Santa, and they only believe in material things, and there's less cheer every single year. It's hard for these Velkin elves too, Chad, because this is their livelihoods dealing with, right? I mean, if there's no much fucking Christmas cheer, and Santa's out of luck, and Christmas is just canceled. It's a terrible situation. But chat, after Bob Newhart, he explains to the world there is one person who fucking saved Christmas, chat, and that was Buddy the Elf. But he wasn't a normal elf, chat. But I'm actually far from it. He wasn't even an elf to begin with, chat. But no, we see ourselves in like the 1970s, chat, 1973 in an orphanage, and we see this big bosomed nun. She is taking care of a little baby Will Ferrell, chat. Apparently, his mom died in childbirth. And she's like, what are we going to do with the baby? So they took him to the orphanage, chat. Took him to the Catholic orphanage. And they have the nun. She puts the little baby Will Ferrell in the crib. And she's like, you shall luck, kid. Maybe next Christmas someone will adopt you. And then she leaves, chat. She leaves getting a little bottle of milk. A baby formula, chat. And then it's like, oh no, it's so sad. But oh no, chat, you look at the chimney, and who comes down that goddamn chimney? Santa Claus, chat. Fucking Santa Claus. Played by the great, and I know he's alive. I know he's alive, chat. Ed Asner. Ed Asner, who has had, again, much like Bob Newhart, a long career across film and television and also animation, chat. Like Ed Asner, he's like one of those actors who has always been old. I don't think he's ever been young once in his life, chat. Like every time I see him, he's like, that's the old guy. That's the old guy. It's like when he was doing Gargoyles, he was an old man. It's ridiculous. But yeah, he's still working to this day, chat. And he looks like 85 in this movie. It's like, how old are you, Ed Asner? I feel like he's in his 70s at this point, Chad. It's weird. It's weird to me. But he fucking comes down that goddamn chimney to get all these little fucking orphans some presents, Chad. Oh, shit. Yeah, his eye line, he's distracted, Chad, because in his peripheral vision, he sees cookies and he sees milk. He's like, oh, fuck that. Fuck these kids. I got to get my cookies and milk fix. And so he waddles over there, Chad, just stuffing his fucking face full of milk and cookies. But Buddy, he sees that Santa has dropped his sack, Chad, not his balls, but his like Christmas sack filled with presents, and he sees like a little bear, and he's like, "Oh, I love that bear. It's a very adorable bear, Chad. I get it. He's 91. Shit, he's still working in the state. Good for him, man. Chad, can we raise a glass to, of course, Bob Newhart, Chad, who is thankfully alive." I thought he died like a couple of years ago. Haven't seen Bob Newhart in a while. But let's raise a glass, Chad, to Bob Newhart and to Ed Asner. Two incredible careers spanning for multiple decades, Chad. Cheers and salute to them. May the wings of living as a feather. You're shaking the pillars of heaven, my friends. There you go. Those two guys deserve a lot of credit, Chad. They're both 91. So no wonder I thought Bob. I haven't seen Bob Newhart in a long time. So that's why I thought he might have passed away. But I know that Ed Asner's still working because he's doing like those new Disney Plus shows. And I always hear him voicing. He's always in cartoons, chat. I mean, that's probably a good profession to do. I mean, you're always behind, the screen and everything. You're sitting down most of the time, so it's probably relaxing and keeps him, occupied too. So good for him. Yeah. To Ed and Bob's health, indeed, Emerald Jester. Quality guys and quality actors, no question about it. My buddy, he sees the fucking teddy bear outside the sack. He's like, I'm gonna go get that fucking bear. And he somehow, like all these kids, somehow, like when you're a baby, you're just able to get out of your crib like nothing, Chad. Once you hit like a couple months, when you can actually lift your fucking head. He lifts his head good, Chad. He crawls down, he grabs that fucking bear, and he hides in the sack. Chad just plays the bear. Santa, he is done with the milk and cookies. He has stuffed his tum-tum, and he gives the little orphans all their presents. There you go, fucking orphan. And he goes up the chimney, Chad. And then, Christmas, he's back. He's back at his factory, Chad, at his home in the North Pole. And he says, guys, this was the most successful Christmas ever in terms of deliveries. And I was like, yeah, it's Barabbas. They're all very happy. Everyone's having a great time. But the sack, Chad, his Santa sack starts moving. It starts moving. And what pops out of the fucking sack? Buddy, he's still there. He didn't suffocate. Thank God. That would have been really bad, Chad, if the elves came over. And they're like, what's that smell? It's like the sack's just been sick. Because, Christmas is a long way off. So maybe they close up the shop and everything, Chad. And they're back. Like, Santa gave them the day off. Hey, everyone gets a fucking week off. Of course, you guys been doing great work. And they go back in there, Chad, they open the sack, like, oh my God! Oh my God, it's a dead baby. Oh Jesus, that would be very dark. That'd be a very dark Christmas comedy chat. No one wants to see dead babies in Santa's sack. No one wants that. But little buddy chat, he comes out and they're like, oh, it's a fucking baby. They're all sort of, oh, Santa's like, holy shit, I didn't steal him. And he turns around, she's like, I didn't know he was in there. I didn't know he was in there. It's like, does Santa have a history of stealing kids? Does he have a history of stealing kids, chat? Because he was very defensive. He was super, watch this scene. He was super defensive. He's like, I didn't know. It's like, yeah, okay. Mel Brooks, 94, damn, chat. That'd be a sad day when some of these guys pass away. Been part of our lives for most of our entire lives, chat. Chase NBG, welcome to stream. You're my new Huckleberry and my new Grinch. And we like Grinches here. Hope you're doing very well. But chat. So, the little baby pops up, and Santa's just, fuck, and he takes the kid. He's like, I don't know where he came. He doesn't know where he came from. And they look at it, what's his name, Santa? And they're like, I don't know. And the one elf, the fucking Ralphie Parker elf, Jay looks at it, and it's like Buddy Diapers. The guy's name is Buddy Diapers. It's not his actual name, Chad. It's just with the brand of the diapers, and they just call him Buddy. And at this point, like Santa's like, I have no idea where he came from. I guess someone will have to adopt him. Listen, Mrs. Claus, now we've had like a lot of kids, okay? We actually don't see Mrs. Claus. I get the sense that Mrs. Claus is dead because Santa's just thoroughly dedicated to his work, but there's no Mrs. Claus in this movie, chat. If she is mentioned, I don't believe so. We only see Santa Claus. So I believe at this point, Chad, in the chronology of Christmas films, because as we all know, Chad, they're all connected like the Avengers movies. I think Mrs. Claus has probably passed away, which is very sad, Chad. She's very sad. Or she's lost in space and time or something. But we have one person wants to adopt Buddy, Chad, and that's the Bob Newhart elf. And the guy's he's also the narrator of the movie, Chad, telling the story. Because he never got married, he never had kids, Chad. He's kind of lived a very solitary life. He's always been obsessed with his work, but he's like, you know what? I have regrets. He's the eldest of the elves, Chad, and he's like, he wants to raise this kid. Thank you so much, Darkside for the 5 days. Nah, she left him with her hunk of a boyfriend. Goddamn right. Good for Mrs. Claus. She deserves a hunky man. No doubt about it. Thank you, the biddies, by the way. And, Bobby was like, I'll take him. And he raises Buddy, Chad. He raises Buddy and tries to acclimate him to elven society, Chad. But it's hard for him because Buddy is not an elf, Chad. He is indeed a human. He's a human in the elf's world, man. And when you're human in the elf's world, it's fucking hard, okay? You have awkward growing pains and everything. And then we get all these great scenes. We see like a teenage Will Ferrell, and he's like playing with his dad. He's on a goddamn tricycle, and his fucking, legs are up to his goddamn chin. Everything just going around the factory causing chaos and things. And eventually they quickly transition, chat. Because elves, they do age, chat, but it takes like hundreds and hundreds of years for them to get to like an old age and everything. And Santa's an immortal, chat. Like he's like, he has that Ed Asner, Abe Vigoda disease where you look old for your entire life. Okay, you live forever, but you're always gonna look old. Them's the rules. Okay, so he'll always live. The elves do age. And so, but Buddy, you got Will Ferrell, Chet. He's taking class, look like with elves like they're 8 years old. So it's like, I want to remove Will Ferrell from the classroom. It's pretty goddamn creepy. And, everyone's trying to help Buddy, Chet. Things have just been like really awkward for him. He is not the best toy maker, Chet. He tries his best, always tries his best, Chet, but he's just not able to keep up with his quota, okay? And his dad is trying to bond with him always, Chet. Bob Newhart loves Buddy, Chet. He loves Buddy. And, he's Bob Newhart, he's like Santa's number one guy. And, he has Buddy help with Santa's sleigh, Chad. This is the foreshadowing scene in the movie. So Chad's established earlier on that Christmas has been corporatized. It's all about the gifts, the material objects, Chad. And there's not enough Christmas cheer in the world anymore. Now, the reason why that's a big deal, the reason why that's a problem is because without Christmas cheer, Chet, the reindeer and Santa's sleigh cannot fly. It's not possible. You need the Christmas cheer from the human mud people on the planet Earth, okay? And without that cheer, it's kaput. But Bob Newhart, elf, he, over the decades, shit, over the hundreds of years when there was less Christmas cheer every year, he's like, okay, I have to design a countermeasure, chat. So he built this fucking jet engine that is attached to Santa's sleigh. And he dramatically points to it and says, we also got to tune up and work on it because every Christmas, he's going around the whole goddamn world, probably a lot of wear and tear, chat, a lot of wear and tear on that jet engine. And he gets Buddy to help him, but Buddy knows what he's doing. Buddy's good at repairing the engine, chat. That's something he does. He has the skills. But outside of that, Chad, he's got to go ahead and make all these toys for Christmas. And he's just not able to keep up with all these elves shit. You got the fucking Ralphie Park elf. He's coming in. And he's like, so buddy, how many Etch-a-Sketches have you made today? And he's like, 86. And I go, oh, 86? Jesus Christ, buddy. And that puts him like 900 behind quota, Chad. An elf can make at least 1,000 Etch-a-Sketches a day, and he can barely make 100, Chad. He can barely make a fucking 100. And it's just, it's these elves, they, Buddy's just like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I know you just, but they're like, no, Buddy, no. We're not mad at you. No, we're not mad at you, Buddy. No, what you are, you're, and they're trying to think of a word to say to make him feel better. He's like looking around like, what? And he goes, you're just special. You're a special person, Buddy. He goes, yeah? He goes, yeah, Buddy. I mean, look at all the amazing things you've done for us here in Santa's workshop. And he goes like, what? And the elves are like, and one elf's like, you fucking changed the batteries in the smoke detector. Fucking double A's, man. Those are double A batteries, okay? So those are thick batteries, man. And in 6 months, you got to change them. But only you can do that, buddy. You can do that. And they're like, and you're a hell of a singer in the Elven choir. You're our only alto, which is nice. You bring us down, but not in a bad way. No, you sing very well, buddy. Of course. And he goes, yeah, I guess that is. And they're like, see, buddy, there you go. You know what you're doing. Thank you for the 5 minutes. He ain't smart. He's dumb. Oh, I know that. They all know that too. But no, buddy, you're special. And it's like, hey, buddy, because you're so special, we have a special task for you. He goes, yeah? He goes, yeah, you get the test to see if any of these toys are defective. And so they put him in the fucking back of the shop, chat, in this corner where he's testing these Jack-in-the-Boxes. Every time it pops up, he goes, ah! He keeps getting scared every time it pops out, chat. And he has to put a check mark if it's working and X if it's not. And he goes, and he has the next one, chat. He goes, doesn't pop up. He's like, oh, that one's defective. He goes, boom! He goes, ah! And he's like, I hate this. I hate my life. I hate my job. I'm just not a good elf. But then, Chad, he hears some fucking elves talking behind him. Because I love it. Because it looks like they're talking behind like these giant, massive shelves. But Will Ferrell, he's 6 foot fucking 4 and 225 pounds. He just looks over at them like this. That'd be fucking terrifying. Check these elves. They look to be about, I don't know, 3 feet, maybe 3 feet, chat. And when you're like 3 feet tall and there's a 6 foot 4, 225 pound Will Ferrell just standing over you and looking down at you like this, that'd be fun. That's a horrifying scenario, chat. I don't want to do that. I do not want to do it. I bet Cockhead. Oh, that's right. Because I forgot about that. Excuse me, James. Excuse me. So Buddy is so upset with himself, and he's just like, this is before he said he was they said he was special. And he says, I'm nothing but a cock-headed ninny muggins, just like you're cotton-headed, not cock-headed. Cotton-headed mini muggins. And they're like, Buddy, you're not a cotton-headed mini muggins. He's like, yes, I am. He's like, no, you're special. Apparently, that's a big fucking slur, chat. All right, you can't call someone a cotton-headed ninny muggins, all right? Only elves can call each other that, all right? We can't say that, chat. We cannot say that, just to let you know. That first perspective in elf is me. It's really cool. It's really cool what they do. And these elves are talking about how fucking incompetent Buddy is, and he's, you got the Ralphie Parker elf, who is, going, the Peter Billingsley elf, chat, Mysterio's evil assistant. Go on, talk to this one elf. Hey, just want to thank you for picking up Buddy's slack. He goes, no problem, I don't mind. And he goes, yeah, it's just that Buddy's just fucking killing us. It's just like, I think that the main difficulty is the fact that he's not an elf. He's a human. And Buddy hears this. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, he was like, wait a minute. I'm a human? And he has all these fucking flashbacks of his entire life. We see Will Ferrell trying to bathe himself in this tiny shower, chat, meant for a 3 foot tall person. You see him interacting with all these fucking kids and crushing all these children, chat, because he's so goddamn big. He's got these big fucking long arms and shit. And then he's just like, oh, God. Okay, his whole world is crashing on him, chat. And he turns around. He's like, I don't feel good. And you see this one elf is like, Buddy, are you okay? And he goes, yeah, I'm fine. I just need a break. And he fucking tips over. And the elf's like, no. And he goes, boom. And he crushes the elf, chat. He hits him so good. He falls on him, chat. He falls on him so goddamn hard. The elf just fucking explodes. It's like a hot water balloon just went off in the fucking factory. It's crazy. And then after that, Buddy, he's just he runs away from the factory, Chad. He's just so overwhelmed. He runs away from the factory. He's just so goddamn sad. And he goes and sees his dad, Bob Newhart, the elf. And he goes, Bob Newhart, elf, is it true? Am I not an elf? Am I human? And Bob Newhart's like, I was always scared that this day would come. I was always very scared, buddy, but yes, you are indeed. You are indeed a human and not enough. He's like, no! And he fucking runs away, Chet. He runs away. He's like, yeah. And we get this wonderful, it looks like he is transported to the set of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Chat, or like Santa Claus is coming to town. Because it's like you have all these little animated stop-motion critters and shit. And like, what's wrong? But he's like, I'm not a fucking human. And I'm not an elf. I'm a fucking human. And they're like, oh, no, buddy, it's terrible. He's like, I know. He's running away. Until he meets fucking Sam the Snowman, Chat. He meets Sam the Snowman. And, you know, he's like, Sam's asking, buddy, what's wrong? He's like, I'm not an elf. I'm a human, Sam. He's like, what's wrong with that? And he goes, well, it's not what I want to be. He's like, listen, man, we can all be different things in life. All right? You know, I know it seems like you learned something new about yourself, but that's an exciting thing. That's an exciting thing. You found out your origins, and now you can be a better person. You can grow as a person. What do you want to do with that information? He's like, I don't know, maybe find my real parents. And he goes, there you go, buddy. There you go, fucking find your real parents. You can go to God. Where's your dad? He's like, I'm not sure. You talk to Santa. Talk to Santa. He'll tell you what to do. He goes, okay. And so, buddy, Chad, he's come to the decision that he wants to leave the North Pole and to find his birth parents, Chad. Santa tells him, now listen, your mom's dead. She died giving birth to you, so that's fucking, I can show you her grave. I could show you where she's been buried for these past 30 years, but I know your dad. I know your dad. He goes, like, my real dad? Yeah, his name's James Caan. He's like, James Caan. He's like, yes. Here's a picture of him. He has this picture, Chad, of a young James Caan and with his mom in college, Chad. So apparently, you know, James Caan and Buddy's mom, they were bumping uglies in college, and she got preggo, Chat. And James Caan, apparently he moved away or something, or he didn't know about the birthing, about the pregnancy, Chat. And so he was unaware of his former girlfriend's pregnancy and passing. And so he gives the picture to Buddy, and he's like, buddy, your dad is in New York City. He goes, New York City, what's that? And he goes, it's one of the biggest cities on the planet. I have been there hundreds of times. And he's like, well, okay, well, what do I need to know to go there? He's like, okay, a few things, all right? Just a few things that you need to know. Do not eat the gum that is stuck underneath lampposts and shit, okay, or under railings. That it looks free, but don't do it. Do not eat that gum. But he's like, okay, I won't eat the gum. He's like, excellent. Also, there's some other things that you should probably know about New York, specifically your father. And he goes, what? What do you need? What do you want to tell me? And he's like, all right, this might be hard for you to hear, bud. He goes, just tell me, Santa. Tell me. He's like, your father, James Caan, he's on the naughty list, buddy. No! He's on the naughty list. And we have this cool fucking flashback of James Caan. You know, he works for a children's book publishing company, Chat. He's a publisher with them. And he's talking to his nun, who is just like, but you donated these books to the children in our library. You can't take them back. He goes, actually, we fucking can, you dumb broad. We're going to take all your goddamn books. Dem's the rule. She's like, it's like, oh my God. So there's a reason, there's a good goddamn reason, Chat, why he's on the naughty list, okay? Taking fucking books from little kids and nuns. Stop doing that, James Caan. Stop doing it. And Buddy's like, well, maybe I can show him the Christmas cheer and you know, make him believe again. Once he sees me, he'll accept me instantly. It will be, well, we're gonna have so much fun. We're gonna go sledding, and we're gonna cuddle, and we're gonna eat candy until we die. And Santa's like, yeah, sure. But I wish you the best of luck, buddy. Wish you the best of luck. Good luck in your journey. And then you got little Bob Newhart elf, Chat. Little Bob Newhart elf. He's so sad seeing Buddy leave. And you know, Buddy's like, come here, kind of not dad. And he hugs kind of not dad, Bob Newhart. And Bob Newhart's like, he's like, all right, go. Get on. Get moving. Get. I love it. He stole Aunt May books. He did. He did. They are not the books. And fucking Spider-Man just beats the shit out of James Caan the next scene. Stay away from her. Oh, thank you guys for the 10 biddies. And so, buddy, he goes off. I love it. He's in this ridiculous. I love the entire movie, most of the entire movie. He's in this fucking ridiculous green elf outfit, you know, with the hat and the tights and everything. I mean, he changes his outfit a little bit throughout the movie, but I just love that they keep him in that fucking thing. And he just goes off to the edge of the North Pole, chat, where the ice, cuts like a bit of ice out, so he just kind of sails out. And those little Christmas critters are like, bye, bye, buddy, see ya. And they're like, hey, bye, guys, thank you for all the support. And this fucking giant, Leviathan-sized thing comes out of the sea and goes, ah! And they're like, ah! They all fucking run away. But it's just Mr. Narwhal, Che. He's like, hi, buddy. Hope you find your day. He's like, thank you, Mr. Narwhal. And we see this buddy, Che, just traveling, Che. It's like the Lord of the Rings, Che. It's like following Frodo and Sam on their goddamn journey. Even fucking buddy passed Mount Doom. He passed fucking Mount Doom, Chet, in the lair of the Balrog. And eventually, Chet, he gets to New York City, Chet. No, he's almost in New York City. We're on the outskirts of the city, chat, and he's fucking walking. He's just amazed by everything he's seen, chat. Like, he's never seen this shit before. And he says a woodland critter, chat. And the thing, he thinks woodland critters, chat, like little stop motion little abominations that he sees at the North Pole all the time. Like, these guys are just gonna be so nice. And he sees a raccoon. He sees a raccoon, chat. He goes up to the raccoon. He's like, hey, oh, look at you. You're so cute. And the raccoon's like, he's like, oh, you must be, you know what? You just want a hug. That's all. You just need some loving. Come here. And the raccoon's like, ah! And he goes, oh! And it fucking just eats his face. She just starts scratching him. It's hilarious. I fucking love it. Kicks his fucking ass. But eventually, he gets away from the raccoon. Jay gets away from the raccoon. He's like, your hugs hurt. He gets to New York City, and he's just fucking amazed by everything he's seen. He's just like, I just haven't seen anything like this before. So many people, chat, so many people of the same height, if not taller. He cannot fucking believe it. He was always used to being the big abomination freak of the North Pole. And now there's a whole bunch of big abomination freaks all around him, chat. He feels like he's fitting in for the first time. He sees all the gum, chat, under the railings, and he just starts, he starts stuffing his face with all the chewed gum, chat. It's like, man, in the time of Corona, that's not a good thing to do, man. Just stuffing his fat face with more chewed gum, pre-chewed gum, chat. Disgusting. But he goes around the whole goddamn city, chat, sees various coffee shops, and but he doesn't understand sarcasm or irony and everything like that. Like, that was not taught to him. Everything's whimsical. Everything's fun. Everything is very literal. Passes by all these shops like world's best coffee, and he just fucking busts into the fucking coffee shop like, yeah! It's like, congratulations on the world's best coffee! Wow, you guys are great! And they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! He's like, okay, bye! And he fucking leaves. Eventually, chat, he sees this one building, and it's this revolving door. He's like, oh my god! And he just fucking goes in a revolving door. People are like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? I love it, chat, because all the New Yorkers are like, fuck him, fuck whatever he's doing. Someone please, people are gonna beat the shit out of Buddy. There's no question about it. And him in New York was the best. It's so funny, James. It's the scene after scene after scene. Will Ferrell just kills it. And the editing for all this stuff is, again, chat, like, really good editing can help a movie, especially when it comes to comedy, chat. Like, look no farther than what Edgar Wright typically does, like the Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz. The editing improves the comedy, and Jon Favreau's editing or I should say the editor for Elf does just a great job in terms of the comedy and how the cuts in between certain scenes. And he's just going around this revolving door so many goddamn times. He just vomits everywhere. All the pre-chewed gum. Thankfully got that out of his intestinal tract, Jack, because chewed gum can stay in your intestinal tract and stomach for years, Chad. So do not swallow gum. I don't chew gum anymore. I haven't chewed gum in a very long time, but don't do it, Chad. It can stay in there. It can build up. They got to remove that. You heard people they swallow their fucking gum. They have blockages, chat. And I've seen fucking footage. They take out this giant, bloody, massive chewed gum. It's like, no, fuck that. It's a goddamn nightmare, chat. But Buddy, he goes to the building that his father works in, chat, and, James Caan, chat, he's busy, okay? He's, the company he works for, they just published a book. The problem is the book has 2 pages that were missing, but he's like, I don't give a fuck, publish it. I don't give a shit what some goddamn kids care about what happened to a fucking peach and a pigeon, all right? A rabbit and a pigeon, a bunny and a pigeon. Fucking ship it. And they're like, okay, sir. He signs off on it, chat. And then, Buddy, he enters the office area, and we see this one secretary, and she's like, oh, can I help you, sir? He's like, yeah, I'm here to see Mr. Caan. He's like, oh my God, are you one of those sitting telegrams? He goes, I don't know. No, I'm from the North Pole. He goes, you're from the North Pole? He goes, yeah. She's like, from Santa's work. He's like, she's like, oh, look at you. You're adorable. You are adorable. Well, I'm going to go tell Mr. Khan you're here. This is just so funny. It's just so funny. And, she goes to James Caan's office. He's like, excuse me, sir, but someone has sent you a gift. He's like, who the fuck sends me gifts? What is it? What is it? Can I unwrap it? I don't like to unwrap things, okay? Just give it to me. I don't like to wrap things. It's excess paper, okay? It's excess paper. We have a fucking energy crisis going on. What is it? She's like, don't worry, there's no paper to unwrap. No, you have a sitting telegram. He's like, fuck, Jesus, fuck, okay. Send him in. And we see fucking Buddy. He goes, Dad! And he goes, yeah, you're from my son. And he's like, you're going to sing for me now? All right, get over with. All the people in the office gather around, and Will Ferrell's just like, you want a song? And he goes, yeah, it's what you do. He goes, Dad, I really love you. You are my father. Mom died, but now I'm here. Yay! And he's like, that was friggin' terrible. He goes, I'm sorry, I just, was on the spot. And, Buddy's like, but I'm so happy to see you, Dad. He's like, why you keep calling me Dad? He's like, because I'm your son. I'm your son. He's like, is this a fucking joke? Am I a fucking joke? Do I look like a clown to you? And he goes, no, look, here's the picture. Oh no, he's like, here, I have something to show you. He's like, don't fucking move. This is right after 9/11, chat. So it's like this guy could have a fucking bomb or something, produce like a manila envelope, and it was filled. It had the picture inside. He's like, no, fuck this guy, take him out. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. And security escorts Buddy out of the goddamn building, and they throw his ass through a fucking window, challenge to the New York street. He goes, ow, why? And they're like, get out of here, goddamn it. Go to fucking what is it, chat? What's the mall they go to? Go back to Gimbel's, which is his famous department store in New York. He goes, Gimbel's? He's like, okay. And so he goes over to Gimbel's. He's like, oh, it's so exciting. He's crossed the street, instantly hit by a fucking car. As soon as he steps out, boom, gets hit by a fucking taxi cab. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. That was my fault. And he continues on the Gimbel's shit. He goes over there, enters in. He's like, oh my God, everything's so pretty and sparkly. It goes up to all these people, chat. This one woman's like, there's a perfume salesperson, chat, and she's like, oh, would you like a sample? And he goes, oh, yeah, yes. And he fucking goes, he sprays it in his mouth. He goes, he starts freaking out and everything. And eventually he goes to the escalator, chat, up to the toy section. But he doesn't know how to ride a fucking escalator. He's like, oh, Jesus. Oh, God. He's very intimidated, chat, very scary. He's like, no, you go ahead. And you're like, no, go up there, the guy. And he's like, okay. He fucking stretches out, Chase, so he's covering the whole thing. He's just like, wow, I'm riding it. This is so exciting. And eventually gets there. And he's like looking at all this stuff. He's like, look at all these toys. This is so cool. Kind of reminds me of the scene from Big to a certain extent. And he's just like mesmerized. But he's like, oh my God, these toys are amazing. But then chat, he hears, hey, motherfucker, hey, and we have the manager chat. We have the manager of this specific floor of the toy level of Gimbel's. And he goes, oh my God. The guy comes over, chat, it's a black person. And Buddy goes, you're a Blackman. I've never seen a Blackman before. He's just like, shut the fuck up. Get back to Santa's shop because he thinks one of his employees. He's like, whoa, a Blackman. You're so like, this is so exciting. And they take him. They take him to the fucking toy section. And he's like, wow, this is so great. And he goes, yeah, this is set up for Santa's workshop. He's like, Santa's going to be here? He goes, yeah, Santa's going to be here. He's like, I know Santa. He goes, that's great. And he's about to make a big announcement. He's like, okay, guys, as you know, Santa's going to be here. Will Ferrell just said, Santa! And they're like, he's like, he'll be here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And Will Ferrell's just fucking freaking out and flipping around the goddamn room. And we might have to make sure this area is clean and orderly for when we finally have the children. Line will form here, and Will Ferrell's just fucking run around the goddamn room. It's crazy. Then I just remembered Happy World Nerd Day. Everybody say, it's Nerd Day? Wow, we would chat. Happy World Nerd Day. That's great. But chat, something distracts Will Ferrell, chat. And it happens to be the ass, chat. The ass cheeks of Zooey Deschanel. And this is like the most beautiful girl he had ever seen in his life. He goes, whoa. And he goes up to her, chat. He goes up to her. And, she's decorating a Christmas tree and she's humming a song. And he goes, wow, I just keep staring. And she goes, why? She's just like, you enjoying the view? You enjoying the view of my ass? And he's like, actually, I was just looking at the tree and I heard you sing and it sounds really nice. She goes, oh, okay. And he just keeps staring at her. And she's like, do you have a problem with me? And he goes, no, I don't even know you. I don't even know your name. And she's like, my name's Zoe. And he goes, wow, my name's Buddy. And she's like, okay. And she, she fucking goes down the tree. And she's like, oh, are you one of the new people they brought in? He goes, yeah, I'm one of the new people here. Isn't it exciting? Isn't Christmas great? And she's like, I'm just trying to get to the holidays. She's like, we mean get to the holidays. What are you talking about? Christmas time's like the best time ever. And she's just like, well, for some people, it's hard. They got to deal with customers. They're not able to travel. We're all trying to get paid. And he's like, oh, like money. I heard about money. Yeah, it's true. She goes, you're really into Christmas, aren't you? He goes, yeah, I just absolutely love it. And she goes, okay, well, listen, my shift is over now. I'll see you tomorrow. And Buddy, right? Yeah, my name's Buddy. Bye, Zoe. And she's like, yep. She fucking leaves. What's happening in my pants? Whoa. But Chad, he has nowhere to fucking go. He has nowhere to go. So he just spends his entire time at the mall, Chad. And he's upset because the whole setup they have for the Santa's area, when he's going to see all the guests, Chad, and the toy store itself, not very Christmassy. It looks very plain, very dull. And he spends the entire night, Chad, just making Christmas decorations and using some of the toys to build like entire fucking cities, like everything, Chad. And listen, he might be human. I mean, he was raised by elves, right? And so he does the best job he can be that can be done, and he just makes a whole fucking winter wonderland, Chad. While he's dodging the security guards at night, Chad. So we get a nice little stealth ninja section with Will Ferrell trying to stay away from all the various security guards. We then eventually, Chad, go back to the home of James Caan, where we meet his wife and son. You can tell there's a lot of friction. James Caan, he is just obsessed with his work. It's done well. I mean, it's paid for his son's education. They have a very nice New York apartment, Chad, which is very expensive, looks very expensive at this point. But he just doesn't pay attention to his family. Doesn't pay attention to his family, and he leaves because he has some important work to do, Chad. But he wants to research his, because he, heard about Buddy and mentioned his former girlfriend in college, and he looks all this shit up and he starts to remember, but she never told him that she had a kid or that she was pregnant. She had no idea, but it's on his mind, Chad. It's still on his mind to this day. Eventually we cut to the toy store again. Everyone's just fucking amazed at what's happened overnight. Buddy stayed there the entire time. All the workers there. The Blackman, as Buddy calls him, Chad, is just flabbergasted. He can't believe it. He's kind of upset. He's kind of upset what's been happening. He can't believe what he's seeing, Chad. But Buddy, he's been there the whole goddamn time. And Zoe Deschanel, he hears Zoe Deschanel sing again, Chad. Like, she came in very early along with the Blackman manager. And apparently she went to the bathroom, Chad. And he goes in there. And she's in the shower, Chad. And she's singing a little bit of that, It's Cold Outside. That specific song. And Buddy's like, oh my God, she's such a pretty singer. And he just listens to her, and he fills in the gaps like you have the other singer in there. And they're going back and forth and everything until they're both saying at the same time. And they're like, baby, it's cold outside. And she's like, what the fuck? And she opens the curtains, Chad, with the bazungas hanging out and everything. And she's like, ah! He's like, oh! And she's like, get out of here. He says, okay. And he fucking runs shit, hits the goddamn hand dryers, and he knocks himself out. Eventually, it cuts later on. They're walking around the floor and everything, have all the kids lined up to see Santa. But Zoe Deschanel, Will Ferrell, Buddy, she spots her. She's working on one of the trees, and she goes, hey, come here, man. Come here, buddy. He goes, okay. And he goes over to her, and he's like, just got a question for you. Why were you in the bathroom? The women's bathroom? And he goes, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was the women's bathroom. I just heard you sing. I thought it was like really nice. And she goes, you just weren't trying to get a peek, Tom, were you peeking? And she goes, no, I would never do that. No, I just thought you sing really nice, and I just really liked it. And so I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable or anything. She goes, okay, all right. It's just a little weird. And the Blackman, Chad, he comes over, and he's like, all right, guys, all right. So I think fucking corporate sent in a decorating expert, and they're vying for my job. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, if I go down, all you fucks go down. Okay, I'm taking all you fuckers down. I've seen you stealing things, pocketing things. All right, I've seen what you're doing, Zoe Deschanel. Taking the goddamn stationware, fucking taking, all the paper. That's our paper to use, okay? You can't use it, so don't do that, okay? If I go down, you all go down. You be on the lookout for who might be here. And they're like, okay, got it. And At this point, Santa, he comes, and they got Santa, and Buddy's like, oh my God, Santa's here. And Santa's like, ho, 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 kids, Merry Christmas, and everything. They're like, yay, Santa. And I love the guy that got to play Santa, chat, is fucking Artie Lane. Who I'm like, wow, times have changed, but Artie Lane as Santa, actually, it's kind of perfect for this scene. And like, Buddy's like, woo, and he's like, wait a minute. And he goes up to him, he goes, you're not Santa. And like Artie Lane already has a kid on his lap. He's like, what do you want, little girl? He's like, buddy, just fucking get it. If you know my name. And he goes, sure. But he's like, wait a minute, do you work for Santa? What is this? And he goes, no, I'm Santa Claus. He's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. And, Buddy starts asking Santa all these questions, and Santa, he's just like, dude, just fucking back off, okay? I'll fucking put my fist through your goddamn face. And Will Ferrell's like, you're sitting on a throne of lies, which is my favorite quote from the fucking movie, Chad, a throne of lies. And he's like, I will beat the shit out of you. And Buddy's just starts screaming, he's like, everybody, this guy isn't Santa. And he fucking rips his fucking face out, Chad, and it's revealed to be Artie Lane. And he goes, fuck you. And he just beats the shit. Like, Will Ferrell and him just beat the shit out of each other. They tear apart the whole store. You have the manager, he comes in to put a stop to it, shit, and then Artie Lane, the manager, start fucking throwing punches and shit. It's a goddamn massacre, chat. It's a massacre. It's like, Jesus Christ. And at this point, they're like, oh, fuck, you're fired. They fire everybody, chat. They fire Will Ferrell, and they throw him out of the goddamn store. It's terrible. Eventually, Chad, Buddy has nowhere to go, so he just spends all of his time sleeping in this display at a store, because they're like, all right, we'll just let you sleep here whenever you're all dressed up, so maybe you'll entertain the kids. And James Caan is walking by, Chad. Oh, no, that's what happens. That happens in an earlier scene when James Caan sees him walking by. And Buddy, he delivers, he sends a letter to James Caan, a special gift for someone you love. And it's like a prepackaged thing. And he gets it and he opens it and he sees this card created by Buddy. And in the card, it's the picture of James Caan and his former lover, Chad, his girlfriend from college. And he's like, holy shit. And he sees what the gift is, and it's like this piece of lingerie. And he goes, what the fuck is this? So Buddy's just like, oh, a special gift for a special someone, not realizing it was actually lingerie. Eventually, Chad Newman from fucking Seinfeld, he enters the picture, and he's the manager. He is the owner of the publishing company. He's very upset with James Caan because he published that book that's missing 2 pages. And he goes, listen, I expect a new goddamn book ready for printing on Christmas Day. All right? So I'm going to come back and Christmas Eve. You better have a fucking book. And Christmas, Eve is like only a couple days away. They don't have enough time to make a book. But Newman said, it'll be your fucking ass, James. Call me your goddamn ass. All right? If you don't have this book, or he goes, shit, this is not good. But then Shetty gets a phone call. Apparently, Buddy has been arrested and he's been sent to jail. And Buddy is like, the only phone number he had was his dad's phone number. He got it from the office. And he goes, shit. So he goes down there, picks up Buddy, who has engendered himself to the population of the jailhouse chat. They all love Buddy. He's a great guy. At this point, James Caan's he's like, Dad, I've made so many new friends. And he goes, that's great. Come on here, buddy. Come out. And he goes, oh, wow. Well, no, it's so good to see you. He goes, yeah, listen, we're going to go to the doctor's office. He goes, a doctor? What's that? And he's like, I'll tell you on the way. And they go to the doctor's office, Chad, and we have a cameo by Jon Favreau. He plays the doctor. He's a pediatrician, Chad. It's a doctor for children. And Buddy's just there. All he's doing is eating the cotton balls, Chad. The whole time he's like, oh. And James Caan's like, stop it. He goes, no. Oh, he's like, stop it. I think James Caan was actually mad at Will Ferrell because it felt very real. He's like, fuck it, stop it. Stop doing this. Take this seriously. And at this point, Jeff, like what he wants to do a paternity test, chat, to see if Buddy's actually his son's blood test. And so Jon Favreau was like, I need a sample of his blood. And so they're like, okay, Buddy, can you stick out your finger? He goes, okay, sure. And he sticks out his finger. Has a little pin shit. He goes, boop, and Buddy goes, oh, it hurts so bad. It's like, if we just pricked, Buddy, it's okay. Just prick your finger. And they take a cotton ball and they put it in his finger. He sits in the children's waiting room. There's this little girl next to him. He goes, my finger has a heartbeat. And the little girl's like, did they prick your finger? Did they give you shots? He goes, yeah, hurt real bad. She goes, oh, I'm sorry. She's like, my name's Sarah. What's your name? He's like, my name's Buddy. And she goes, that's a funny name. He goes, I like Sarah. That's a really nice name. And she's like, what do you do, buddy? He's like, I'm an elf. I work at Santa's workshop. She goes, whoa, that's like really cool. He goes, yeah, it's pretty cool. But I came down to New York to hang out with my dad. And, you know, we've been having a great time so far. He got me out of jail. And then he yelled at me. And that was kind of scary. But I was eating cotton balls. Now it's great. And she's like, what? And he goes, yeah, I just love these things. And he takes off his thing and goes, oh, and she's like, what the fuck? And then eventually we cut to James Caan, and Jon Favreau walks out and goes, it's the boys. Are you fucking kidding? You friggin' kidding me? He goes, that's your son, which I think it would take like a longer time to do a test, chat. To do a paternity test, and it's like a couple hours. Felt like it'd take a half hour, but he says, yep, he's your son. And James Caan's like, the guy's fucking crazy. He's dressed like a fucking elf. And Jon Favreau, his opinion, his medical expertise tells him, it's like, I'm guessing he has experiencing some form of trauma. And due to being alone for his whole life, he's created a whole new persona, this elf persona. Believe that he works at Santa's factory and he came to look for you, and he can't deal with it. My expert advice is to take care of him, and eventually this facade, this fantasy world he's created will be broken, and your true son shall come out. And James Caan's like, I don't. So what do you want me to do? You should take him home with you. He's my fucking dog. I don't want to do that. He's like, you got to do it, man. He's like, fine, fuck it. And so he takes him. I love this. This scene is crazy. So he takes Buddy home, and this is the scene in the movie which is now, ladies, I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question, chat. Say you have a husband, right? You've been married to him for how long, chat? He has children with you and everything. And it's revealed. He reveals to you that, I have another son. I have an adult son I had with another woman, and you never knew about this before. What would your first reaction be? Would you be understanding? Would you be like, oh, that's great? Because I love it, Chad, because when he tells his wife, she's like, James, that's wonderful. Oh, I'm so excited to meet him. It's like, bull fucking shit. Bull fucking shit. Hell no, I'd be mad as hell. Goddamn right you would be. Goddamn right you would be, twist your asshole. Everyone would be mad. I do not fucking believe for a goddamn second. Everyone would be, how you not know? Exactly. Well, if you didn't know either, then yes, he wasn't holding it. I mean, true, he wasn't holding it from her, but at the same time, it's just like I don't think your reaction would be like, "Oh, that's amazing." So that threw me off when I first, and still does to this day. It's like, yeah, I don't think she'd be that happy, but whatever. He's like, well, I'm so happy for you, James Caan. I'm just so excited. Nope, definitely. Caesar, maybe he's like, nope, definitely. See, I don't think a lot of people are angry. Questions will be asked. Some questions would be like, okay, you got to explain some shit. At the very least, it's like, you ain't need to explain now what the hell's going on. Like, that needs to happen. Definitely not happening. See, there we go. Now we're getting see. I figured. I wanted to get the female perspective on this. And thank you for providing. Thank you for providing these details. He'll be sleeping somewhere else than I goddamn right. Be confused, but not me. Confused. I could understand confused. That's fine. I'll accept that. But confused and angry, I think we can probably, waffle between those two. Emerald Jester, out of the whole movie, that part is the most. It's funny, chat. With Santa and the elves and a person who believes they're an elf and everything. The most unrealistic part of the film is not any of those things. It's the fact that James Caan's wife would be totally okay that he had to solve another woman. That's the thing, and didn't know about it. And she'd be like, "Oh, that's totally fine." That's the most unrealistic thing. Lots of questions I would need to think about. Of course, like anyone would be, any sensible person would. So he's talking to her, and he's gonna go take it. I think they made up beforehand, picked her up from work or something, and they're going home. And she's like, oh, my God, I'm so happy for you, James. I can't wait to meet him. He goes, listen, there's some things you need to know about Buddy. And she's like, his name is Buddy. Oh, it's an adorable name. And he's like, yeah, it's great. It's freaking great. Listen, he thinks he's an elf. And she's like, what? He thinks he's an elf, like works for Santa. And she goes, oh, stop it. What are you talking about? And she goes inside and she's like, holy shit. And she meets Buddy. She's like, hi, Mom. And she's like, oh, wow. Look at you. And then they sit down for dinner, chat. And all these scenes with Will Ferrell and James Caan's family are amazing, Chad. They're eating some spaghetti. We're eating some spaghetti, Chad. Some spaghetti, some marinara sauce, tomato sauce, shit, the meatballs, everything. Got some nice little salad on the side, Chad. Got some olive oil on the side. Got a fine piece of bread. Got a good loaf of bread, Chad. You got the Parmesan. You got the black pepper. Boom! You got a good old-fashioned Italian meal, Chad. And Buddy's just like, I'm just not used to eating food like this. And he's like, do you have any syrup? And they're like, syrup, Buddy, this is spaghetti. And he goes, oh, you know what? I usually always keep some on me. He's like, here it is. He takes out this big fucking bottle of syrup, just pours it on the spaghetti and goes, ooh, that's, she's like, okay, that's great. Oh yeah, that's what makes it. And she's like, so you really like sugar? He goes, of course, sugar is one of 3 of the most important things an elf diet needs. Thank you, Mr. Nominator, for a little. Thank you for the 5 biddies. A little blagagool, a little gabagool, a little that gabagool. Show, thank you for the 10 biddies. My heart's a pitter patter. Thank you for the support. Dark Star, thank you for the 5 biddies. Crackly syrup, yeah. Oh, he's eating it up. But he goes over the 3 most important food groups for elves, chat: sugar, candy canes, candy corn, and syrup, chat. Okay, those are the 4 cornerstones of any elven meal. And he just he finds something. I'm gonna be bad. I'm gonna put another one in there. He just fucking pours it and he goes, oh Jesus fucking God. He just pours it in there. Goes, this is so good. And at this point, it's like, what the hell are we gonna do? What the hell are we gonna do? And James kind of just leaves the room, talking with his wife. And the wife's just like, well, he's okay. The elf thing is weird, but you know what? He needs you now more than ever, okay? He needs you now more than ever, and I agree with Dr. Jon Favreau. He should definitely stay here. He goes, fucking, he should be in the goddamn nut house. And she's like, now, come on, he's your blood. He's your son, okay? You love that woman, and I bet she would have loved Buddy very much if she was still alive, okay? So if you're not going to do it for him, then do it for her. And he's like, fuck. And so he stays there overnight, and he can't help himself, Jack. Because he doesn't sleep because he's on so much goddamn sugar. He's like, Dad. And he walks out and he's just like, yeah, what's up, buddy? And he's like, I just want to thank you for having me stay here. This is really nice of you and everything. This is really cool. And I was just wondering if we can, make pancake cakes in the morning and with chocolate chips and everything and Twizzlers. And he's like, yeah, maybe, yeah, sure, yeah, okay, yeah. And I'm gonna go back to bed now. And he goes, okay, Dad, I love you, Dad. And James Caan turns around and goes, yeah. He fucking leaves. Thank you, DT Lux for another 5 minutes. Happy was a doctor before working for Toy Story. It's true. There you go, it's all connected, Chet. Elf takes place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Chet. Much like a Christmas story. Much like a Christmas story, Chad. It's all connected. James, fun fact, Chris, and Chad, did you know that Maurice LaMarche did Buddy's soda burp? Now, really? Oh, yeah, when they're talking, there is a gross fucking burp because fucking Buddy just downs a whole 2 liter of Coca-Cola, Chad. He downs it all and he just burps. Good for Maurice LaMarche. That's a hell of a goddamn burp. Maurice LaMarche has a major goddamn talent. And, James Caan's son is just like, you're fucking weird. And he goes, yeah, I know. Isn't it great? And then, Chad, we later cut to the morning. Show, thank you for another 10 biddies. My heart is a pitter pattern. Thank you. Thank you so much. But we cut back, Chad. It's now the morning. Buddy's basically spent most of the night just cooking things. He made breakfast for everybody, chat. Spaghetti with syrup. But he's serving James Caan's wife the food, and it's like, here, I made you some spaghetti. She goes, oh, morning spaghetti. That's okay. It's interesting. All right. He goes, wait, you forgot the syrup. She's like, I'm okay. Okay, just pour the syrup. He goes, there you go. He's like, go ahead and try it. And she's like, she's going, oh yeah. That's yeah. He goes, it's great. I know. I love it too. And he goes, I packed your lunch as well. It's this fucking giant Ziploc bag just filled with pasta, tomato sauce, and just hold on, the syrup. Pours all the syrup in there and like a big bag of sugar. Here you go. She's like, great, having my lunch. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Everybody takes the son to school and everything. James Caan there, he wakes up, he's there, and, he's, the whole kitchen just has all sorts of sweets out, chat, and, Buddy's talking to his dad, and he says, okay, Dad, I thought again we can make, some desserts, and for breakfast, and then lunch, and then dinner, and then dessert, and she's like, you mean desserts for dessert? He's like, yeah, desserts for dessert, isn't it great? He goes, yeah, that's great. And I thought then we can go outside and make snow angels. And then after we get so tired, we can come inside and cuddle. And he's just like, yeah, buddy, I'm going to be going to work. Okay, so that's what I'll be doing today. And he goes, oh, you're going to work? Okay, yeah, no problem. No, I understand. I'll just call you. I'll just call you. We can talk all day. He goes, no, buddy, you know what? Just stay here. just stay here and I'll call you, buddy. And he's like, okay, all right. And then James Caan's looking at him. He goes, you know what? Maybe you should start wearing some normal clothes. He's like, I've worn these clothes my entire life. He goes, yeah, I can imagine. But you know, when you're walking around here, human society, don't you want to wear normal clothes? Don't you want to fit in? He goes, I guess so. He goes, listen, why don't you go get changed? You can go in my closet. You can dress yourself, okay? And then I'll take you out somewhere. He goes, oh, great. He just starts fucking stripping, Chad. Just takes off his fucking underwear and pants and everything. And he's just shirt-cocking it, Chad. He's just elf shirt-cocking around the goddamn house until James Caan's wife comes back and she goes, ah! He's like, oh, my penis. So we see Elf. We see a little bit of Elf peen, Chad. You see the tip of Will Ferrell's elf peen just dangling around. It scared everybody. And then James Caan, he's just fucking walking to work, Chad. And he keeps fucking Buddy just keeps calling him over and over and over again. He's just, I can't do this. I just can't do this. Please, just I'll talk to you later, okay? I promise you, I'll talk to you later. And so Buddy, he's just kind of bored at this point. He's like, well, maybe I'll go see my stepbrother. So he waits for his stepbrother on the staircase of the school he goes to, chat, and he walks out, and the brother's just like, listen, man, this is very weird for me, okay? So I don't really know how to feel about you. He goes, well, I love you, and he's like, okay, that's great, man, it's great. And as they're walking, a snowball is thrown at James Caan's son, Chat the son, and he's like, fuck, and Billy's or Buddy's just like, oh, are we in a snowball fight? He goes, no, those guys just always bully me and my friends. He's like, those guys are bullies? I've heard about bullies before. I don't understand why they're so mean. Well, I mean, they must be friends now because we're in a snowball fight. And he just fucking starts throwing these goddamn snowballs at these fucking bullies. He's a snowball master, Chat. Would be a half brother, no, same dad. Yeah, no, half brother, you're right. Not stepbrother, me too, buddy. Hashtag me too, buddy. He is indeed a half brother. And he kicks the Buddy who just thinks he's having fun, just kicks all these little bullies' asses, Chat, throws the fucking beans him of snowballs. He's attacked by the raccoon again. The raccoon comes up here and tries to maul him again, Chat, but he throws the fun of the raccoon, throws the raccoon at one of the bullies, and it just eviscerates him, Chat. Eats the fucking bully's face. It's crazy. It's Jesus Christ. He's a fucking sniper. Yeah, hits him like a mile away. Like, I'd say at least 200 meters away, Chet. He nailed it. And at this point, the brothers is like, wow, thanks, buddy. He goes, no problem. When you were brothers, he goes, yeah, we are. And then they just fucking start hanging out. Chet. It's very much like Tom Hanks in Big when he hangs out with that little kid who was, his friend when he was a little kid. And they're all hanging out. They go to the mall and everything. They're playing around. They're jumping on the goddamn. Just fucking chaos. She had the chaos. But the reason why they went to the mall is because Will Ferrell wants to go ahead and talk to Zooey Deschanel again. And, it's awkward because he was fired from that position. He introduces himself to her again, and he's like, "This is my half brother." And he goes, "Sup?" She goes, "Hello," and she's like, "Did what's his name give you her job back?" He goes, "Oh no. The only thing I got from him and the store was a restraining order." And she goes, and we cut back to the manager, Chat, and he's sitting there with Santa, and he's like, ho ho. He just fucking stares at Buddy like, "Don't you fucking come in here, or I will fucking tackle you. I'll kick your ass." And so he's like, "Well, what are you doing here, buddy?" And she's like, "Well, and his brother's like, "Come on, man, come on, ask her." He goes, "Okay, all right, come on." He's like, I just, really liked hanging out with you when I worked here for those 48 hours. And I was just wondering if you would like to go out with me sometime soon. And she's just like, okay. And he's like, do you want to go out tonight? And she's like, okay, pick me up at my place at 8. And we will go out. And he's like, great, this is so fun. And he fucking leaves. And his brother continued to bond and everything, Chat. Eventually, the Buddy, it's the next day. So tomorrow night. It's tomorrow night, Chat. So he goes home. But before they go home, he goes to Central Park with his little brother, his little half-brother, and they chop down a goddamn tree, and they bring it home at this point. And they're setting up in the living room, and James Caan's like, where the fuck you get that friggin' tree? And he's like, we cut it in the big park place. And it's like, that's illegal. It's a fucking felony. He's about to freak out, but the wife takes him away. He's like, you gotta relax. He's like, how can I fucking relax, okay? He committed a goddamn felony. I won't relax. Would you relax if I committed a felony? If I did something illegal? And she goes, okay, listen, the tree thing was bad. I'll tell them to plant a new tree. I'll make a donation to the Central Park Society, okay? But listen, if you want to stay out of trouble, why don't you just take him to work with you? He goes, listen, I'm doing a big fucking thing here, okay? I'm doing a big fucking case right now. Got to publish it. I got a deadline. She's like, listen, you're so obsessed with work. What about your family right now, okay? You're not, your son resents you. Our marriage isn't the happy marriage that it used to be, okay? He's like, what do you mean? What the fuck are you talking about? He's like, take control of your family. Take control of your family. How about you start with your firstborn son? And he's like, fine. I was like, okay, Jesus. And so he takes Buddy to work the next day. He dresses him and everything. And it's just pretty much in the first like half hour, it's just Buddy just sitting in the corner of his father's office chat, sitting on this little like this stuffed pig, just reading a picture book. Oh, I love it too because his dad's introducing him to all the people in the office, or they're saying hi, and he's introduced to you're a brown person. Wow, you're a brown man. I've never seen a brown person before. He's like so excited, and his name is Francisco. And Buddy thinks that's just the best. He's like, your name is Francisco? It's like a song. Oh my God, it's like a little song. And he just keeps saying, Francisco. And he's like, Buddy, you know what? Listen, I need some quiet. I need to be quiet. I got a very important thing I gotta do today, before Christmas Eve. I know you love Christmas. He's like, I love Christmas. He's like, I know you do. But you gotta be a little quiet for me, okay, buddy? He goes, okay. Francisco. He's like, all right, listen, I got a new job for you, buddy. I got a new job for you. How about you want to go? You want to go in the mailroom? He's like, the mailroom? Is that like where people send Santa letters? He's like, yes, where all the friggin' people send Santa letters. Yeah, I'll show you the mailroom. And it looks like a goddamn chat. The mailroom it's just gray. It just looks like if you work there, it just sucks the fucking color and life right out of you, chat. These people look like bums or homeless people. They just got off the street. Get paid $5 an hour, chat, under the minimum wage, and he just fucking sends Buddy to work down there. And Buddy's he's just like, wow, this is so exciting, this is so new. And he's playing around with like the mail delivery system, chat, like the suction system, accidentally gets his fucking face caught in there. He's like, wow, this is so cool. And eventually he starts bonding with all the people down there. They're all drinking on the job too, and they start giving Buddy alcohol. He's like, what is this? And he's like, is this syrup? And he goes, oh yeah, man, yeah, that's some good syrup right there. Why don't you help yourself? Yeah, he just my syrup called Jack. And he's like, Jack syrup? I've never heard of that one. He goes, oh, it burns, but I feel so warm and tingly inside. He goes, yeah, it's working. He's like, it's working. He's like, drink some more. He's like, hell yeah. He starts drinking and he gets fucking drunk, gets fucking plastered, chat. Starts bawling with everybody downstairs. Eventually, we cut back to James Caan. He's talking with his other two authors, publishers. They're going back and forth. They don't have any ideas, but they think they can bring in one of the best children's authors working today, chat. Peter Dinklage. Long before Game of Thrones, chat. Peter Dinklage was an elf. I think for a lot of people, this was their first introduction to Peter Dinklage as an actor. I know he had done things before. This was such a huge film. This is the first movie that I remember seeing Peter Dinklage, and he fucking kills it. He's only in this movie for about, 10 minutes, maybe even less than that, but he kills it in his scene, chat. And they have him on the phone and everything. This guy, he's very serious. He's a little spoiled, chat. And he's like, why should I assist you, James Caan? He's like, well, we got a deadline, and we hear that you're the best of the best, and and we can pay you well. We can pay you well. He's just like, okay, well, you have the money there. But also send a big black SUV. Make sure that is exactly 72 degrees. Fahrenheit. And they go, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. I would like a latte with an extra spoonful of caffeine. And they're like, okay. And I will be there. And I will help you write this book. And I go, oh, that's great. And he's like, they start to hash out the other details. And then the fucking secretary's calling him. And it's just like, James, there's a situation in the mailroom. And then Peter Dinklage's like, what's going on? Who's this? And he's like, get out the fucking phone, Shell. Get out the phone. She's like, sir, there's a serious situation in the mailroom. And Peter Dinklage's like, I'm gone. That's it. And he's like, no. And they're like, oh, shit, we lost him. Peter Dinklage says, big black SUV, 71 degrees. I'll be there. And he goes, okay, yeah, we did it. Okay. And so they go downstairs, and Buddy's just fucking dancing, Chad. He's fucking, rapping and doing everything, Chad. He's breakdancing. He's got some sick moves. She's got some sick fucking moves. And everyone's like, woo, Buddy. And at this point, James Caan's like, enough of this. I just can't take it. I can't fucking take it. Jesus Christ. Please stop. Just please stop at this point. Lord. And so then we cut to the night chat. Buddy's out of the office. He's like, James Caan needs to cool off a little bit. And Buddy goes to pick up Zoe Deschanel chat. And, she walks out of her apartment. He goes, hi, how you doing? She goes, hi. So what are we going to do? He's like, I have so many ideas. Let's go. And he fucking takes her hand, Chad takes her hand. And they have the best possible time possible. Like the first thing that Buddy wants to do is like, I got to take you to the world's best place. They showcase it. They promote it. And she goes, okay. Thank you, Chris. He's about to go Sonny Corleone, but you pretty much... Make sure you're sleeping with the fucking fishes. And so thank you for the 5 minutes, Chris Harris. So they go to he has her blindfolded chat and he goes, here, take this. If I went on a first date chat, now ladies, I have a question for you. Never a question for you. If you went on a first date and your date blindfolded you and put something in your hand and told you to drink it, would you drink it? That's my question. That's my question to you. Would you drink that thing while being blindfolded? Oh, no. Fuck yeah. Night Bro's like, fuck yeah, I would. Oh, I'm sure. No, man, no. That did not age well. It's funny, though. Again, this movie has a good heart, so it's not bad or anything. But she sips it. She's like, and he's like, what did you taste? And she says, I taste kind of a crappy cup of coffee. He's like, no, it's not, silly. It's the world's best coffee. Took her back to the coffee shop from earlier, and she goes, okay. And they continue just to fucking bond and have a good time. Chad takes her ice skating. He's fucking falling over his goddamn self. He's like, I never really been good at ice skating. And they're having just a blast overall. They go Christmas tree sightseeing chat. It shows her all the trees. Like, no, look at this one. Let's go find a bigger one. She goes, no, I got you. I'll show you the biggest one. And they go to Rockefeller Center with the giant tree. And he's like, whoa. And she goes, yeah. But she's really being charmed by him. And that's when they go ice skating after this scene. They're ice skating around and everything. And they're like having a good time, just talking back and forth. Thank you, Dr. The 5 Biddies. Does it smell like chloroform? I bet it smells like chloroform. Oh, no, you're getting sleepy. But they're ice skating, everything, having a good time. And Buddy, he's bold. Buddy's a bold guy. He doesn't like the weight chat. And he gives her a little smooch on the cheek because he really likes her. He goes, And he goes, I'm sorry. I just, I didn't know. And she's like, what are you apologizing for? You missed. And he goes, I missed? She goes, yeah. And she fucking grabs his head and goes, nah. And fucking open mouths kiss him, Chad, just smooching him. And he's like, ooh. His peen, Chad, his elf peen, erect, Chad, stands at attention. Eventually, we cut back to the James Caan's office, chat. I love this whole again, editing and how you situate the camera, chat. Fucking hilarious, because we see we're seeing from the secretary's perspective. She's like right there. The elevator's right in front of her. Elevator opens and like no one steps out, and she's like, what? But then we hear this. We hear these little footsteps, and we see them from the perspective of the person as he's walking by all these desks. Boop, 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 boop. Everyone's going, oh. And then who fucking enters the main conference room, chat? Peter goddamn Dinklage, chat. Peter Dinklage, and he is one of the best, if not the best, children's authors in the world. He comes in there and he goes, James Caan's about to introduce himself and the people, and he goes, James Peter's like, I don't have any time for introductions, okay? You have a deadline right now. Let's get down to brass fucking tacks. Where's my money? And he fucking gives him money, chat. Gives him under the table. Gives him money under the table, chat. Tax-free fucking money. How are you doing that when you work for a major publication? Are you going to write that shit off? Are you going to like smudge the details when you got to get your taxes? How's that going to be done, chat? I'm very interested. When you're filing your taxes, they must do something. This publishing company, they're doing some illicit activities, chat. There's some illicit activities. So they give him fucking tax-free money under the table, and he fucking pockets that, and he's like, okay, what ideas do you have? And you have one of the publishers going, well, and when the author's there, it's like, well, we have an idea of a tomato on a farm, and Peter Dinklage said, that fucking sucks. Tomatoes are stupid. You're a children's author? And he goes, yeah. He goes, no one wants farms. No one wants farms anymore, okay? It's two rule, okay? No one wants cities either. You got to get something in between, okay? You got to, listen, you want to go for the suburbs. Who's buying these fucking books? These fucking farmers buying these books for the kids? People who are in the seas think they're buying books? No, suburbs, okay? Nuclear families live in the suburbs. Safety. That's what we think about. Safety. And they're like, okay. And then one of the authors is like, well, we were thinking about a family of asparagus. and how it's an allegory for people not to feel bad about eating asparagus and, you know, their pee smelling. And Peter Dinklage is like, I need you to shut the fuck up. I need you to shut up right now. I need you to stop talking because I am getting dumber. You're dumbing the room down. And you're dumbing me down. We can't have that. If I get dumbed down, then we're fucked. And he goes, okay. And he goes, listen, I have an idea for you. A peach. Peach. And they go, oh, peach. Yes. He's like, yes. Soft. Juicy. Okay? Parents like a peach. No, there's nothing aggressive about a peach. And they're like, fucking yeah, man, a peach. And then they start rehashing all the details. But actually, with the babies, let me go. Let me get you in touch with my Swiss vampire. Yeah. Thank you, Betches, the 5 bitties. Appreciate that. And all these details, and they're coming up with the idea, chat. Everyone's having a great goddamn time. We listen to Peter Dinklage. But then who fucking busts into the room? Buddy. He goes, I'm in love, and I don't care who knows it. And he sees Peter Dinklage. He goes, I didn't know you guys had elves. And Peter Dinklage just goes, excuse me? And James Caan's like, I'm so sorry, buddy. Can you please wait outside? And his buddy's just like, you said there weren't elves here. Look at him. Look, he's an elf. And Peter Dinklage is like, I know you're probably having a big laugh right now, and we're all laughing, ha, 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 all having a great time, aren't we, guys? And like, Mr. Dinklage, we're so sorry. He goes, no, it's fine. It's fine. He goes, come on, buddy. Laugh it up. He goes, yeah, no, I'm always laughing when I see elves. And he goes, all right, I'm going to tell you something. If you call me an elf one more fucking time, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. Okay? I'm fucking banging broads and majors. I get more fucking action than you do all year. I get more action a week than you do an entire fucking year, okay? I got 3 houses on the planet. I got one in fucking Malibu. I got one in New York, and I got one in fucking Paris, okay? What the fuck do you got? And he goes, well, I just met a new girl. I'm really excited about it. He goes, well, aren't you fucking happy? You get a bang her yet, man? Maybe I'll fucking bang her. Maybe that's what's gonna happen tonight. He goes, oh, I don't want you guys to get into a fight or anything. And he goes, oh, you're so fucking funny. Listen, call me an elf one more goddamn time, and I will beat the shit out of you. Will Ferrell's like, well, he's an angry elf. And he goes, Vroom! He fucking lifts himself up the table, goes, and he just runs at him. And Will Ferrell's like, you just want a hug. If your goes, rah! He fucking launches himself at fucking Will Ferrell, chat, and starts beating the shit out of him. And he's like, oh! He's kicking his goddamn ass and just flipping around the goddamn room, just throwing him in the fucking walls and everything's just coming down. They're like, holy shit. And, you know, fucking Peter Dinklage has got Will Ferrell in a fucking chokehold. Like, you're gonna fucking sleep. He's like, I can't sleep. I only sleep for 20 minutes. And he's like, call me an elf one more time. And he goes, you're an elf. And he goes, fuck it. He just punches him in the fucking face. Chat chokes him out. And he just marches out of the goddamn office. And James Caan's like, Peter. And the guy's like, he's not hearing it. So he just fucking leaves. And, you know, fucking Will Ferrell thankfully comes too. Buddy comes too. He goes, whoa, gee, he was an angry elf. And James Caan's like, what the fuck? You have to just come in here and fuck up my life. I hate you. I never want to see you again. Get the fuck out of here. And Buddy's like, Dad. He's like, get out of here. And Buddy runs away, chat. Buddy runs away. But then, you know, James Caan, he just feels so bad over the situation, about the stuff that's been happening. And he just wanders the streets. He just wanders, you know, well, James Caan, he just, you know, he feels bad about what happened, and he's just like, shit, I went overboard. And Buddy, he's just sad. He's just wandering the streets at this point. It's absolutely terrible. He must be a South Pole. That's what he says. He must be a South Pole elf. That's what they say. Apparently, in the South, Chad, a little hot under the collar, I guess. And he's just, you know, but James Caan, he's just thinking about everything. He's like, maybe I fucked this up. But one of the authors comes in, and they apparently this is another stupid point in the movie, sadly, where Peter Dinklage left his book there with all of his ideas, and they just steal his ideas. They just take his book, which is his property, and like, hey, let's come up with a fucking idea right here about the peach and the farm and everything. And they're like, perfect, let's go with that one. So I'm like, that's illegal what you're doing. But again, they did pay him under the table, so it's kind of weird. So at this point, be like, Peter's like, fuck, I guess I lost that, because what I'm doing is illegal, evading taxes and shit. So maybe that's the explanation. And they put together this whole big fucking presentation before Newman from Seinfeld gets there and fires all of them at this point. But, you know, Buddy, he's just fucking walking around the goddamn city at this point. And but he notices something, Chad. He sees Santa. He sees Santa's goddamn sleigh going down to Central Park. He goes, oh my God, Santa! And he fucking runs out there, Chad. He runs out there, and apparently the fucking jet engine to Santa's sleigh, Chad, it malfunctioned. And because of just the sheer lack of Christmas cheer this year, they can't get off the fucking ground. And Santa's like, I gotta be here to take care of the reindeer and protect the presents and shit. Buddy, you gotta go find the jet engine. Also, Buddy's half brother gets involved, Chad, and Zoe Deschanel. They're, they get like, holy shit, Santa's fucking real. They can't believe it. And Santa's just like, that's your girl, and he goes, yeah, isn't she great? And Santa's like, there's no more Mrs. Claus anymore, buddy. You might want to share. He's like, Santa, no, she's not a cookie. He goes, all right, fair enough. I had to try. And so, they're like, okay, we got to get the Christmas spirit going. But also prevent the police force, the NYPD, from going in there and murdering Santa Claus, Chap, because they think a goddamn weapon malfunction or something. Like a drone went down there, and they're going to go out and try to find the person, kill the person who has his drone going around. So they're very concerned. So, Buddy, he brings the engine over, but the engine's just not working. They can't use so he has to fix it. Thankfully, Bob Newhart taught him how to fix the engine, gets that thing attached and everything. But they also have to prevent, the NYPD from getting in there. And, at this point, Buddy's half-brother, he's like, I got to get my dad in here. He can help us. He can help distract all these people. And he says, I don't know if he wants to see me. He's like, he's your dad, buddy. Of course he wants to see you. And he goes, okay. And the brother, he goes to the publishing company where James Caan's just about to show the new book to Newman from Seinfeld, chat, Wayne Knight. And fucking basically, the brother shames James Caan into like, listen, you're always the stuff of your goddamn job and everything. How about your family? James Caan's like, Jesus Christ, you're right. I'm such a shitty fucking dad. I'm so sorry. And he's about to leave. And Newman's like, where the fuck you going? You got to present me this book. And James Caan's like, listen, can I wait after the holidays? He's like, I don't give a fuck about Christmas, all right? I don't give a fuck. I don't have no goddamn holiday spirit. You're going to show me this book. And James Caan's, you know what, buddy? Up yours. He's like, you'll never work in this town again, James Caan. He fucking leaves with the brother. And the mother meets up with them and everything. And Zoe Deschanel, she's trying to distract the crowd at this point, chat. And the only way that Zoe Deschanel can distract the crowd, chat, is with her bazungas, chat. So she unleashes the bazungas. She shows them off. And they're like, oh, and that gets everyone happy. No, she sings. She doesn't unleash the bazungas. She starts singing, chat. Santa Claus is coming to town. He knows when you are sleeping. He knows when you're awake. All that shit. Thank you so much, Batch Shields. Or excuse me, no. Prime over 9,000. You're my new Huckleberry. Welcome to the stream. And my new Grinch. Like here. Welcome. Hope you're doing very well. And so everyone starts sitting. But thankfully, Buddy, he fixes the engine, and this is when the police force is unleashed into Central Park, chat. And they get the fucking sleigh going, chat, at this point. And Buddy's in the sleigh of Santa, and the fucking police, chat, they see Santa go, fuck, gotta kill the fat man. They just start firing at him, chat. They're using assault rifles, and they're using pistols, chat, to try to shoot and murder Santa Claus. And he's fucking dodging shit. Some of the reindeer get taken out, chat. Comet gets taken out, and Donner, but fuck him. No one gives a shit. Rudolph, he's leading chat. So this is all connected, by the way. So Rudolph, he didn't give a shit that Donner and Comet died because, of course, as we all know, Donner was his dad, and Donner was shamed Rudolph and was just a piece of shit. And Comet is a real asshole, so Rudolph's like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck him. But, Rudolph, he's the leader of the pack. He can fucking do the sleigh himself if he wanted to. But, they're fucking going, Chad. They're going. Eventually, they get lifted off from the engine. But right before they get out of Central Park, Chad, they're like, we don't have enough speed. And the engine gets hit by a statue. They gets hit by a statue. It's like, oh, shit. And so now they only have to rely on Christmas cheer. But because of the singing, Chad, which is being broadcast across New York City and the entire continental United States, Chad, including Hawaii and Alaska, there's more Christmas spirit now than ever, Chad, but there's just not enough for them to clear Central Park over the fence. And it's like, oh, I don't know if we're gonna fucking make it, buddy. And the police are still fucking firing at this point. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. I always. I'm gonna butcher your name. I'm gonna butcher. How do you say your name again, Mr. Phantom? Armored Phantom? Oh, wait a minute. It's you took out all the consonants. So it's how do you say your name? Thank you for the gifted subs, though. Thank you for the gifted subs. I forgot how to say it. I know it's Phantom. I know it's something Phantom. Happy to have you here, my friend, but I forgot the name. I forgot the one half of your name. Is Lord Phantom? Mr. Lord Phantom. No, it's not. I thought it was Mr. Lord Phantom, but it's something else. I forgot, but thank you so much for the gifted sub. Really do appreciate that. Emerald Phantom. That's it. Emerald Phantom. Emerald Phantom. Thank you so much. Happy to have you here. Thank you so much for the gifted sub. My apologies that I forgot the first half of your name. But as they're about to, they're not going to clear the fence at this point, Chad. They're not going to clear. And, James Caan, he's the only one not singing. He's the only one not singing. And fucking everyone's like, come on, James Caan, sing. He goes, fine, Santa Claus is coming to town. And that just is enough Christmas spirit, Chad, for the sleigh to be imbued with the holiday souls of these Americans, Chad. And it lifts off into the fucking air, Chad. And they see Buddy, and they're like, holy shit, he actually is an elf. He actually is, worked at Santa's shop. They cannot believe it. And so Buddy helps deliver all the presents for Santa, and it just ends in a very nice message, chat. Like Buddy and James Caan, they reconcile, and James Caan loves his son. They start their own publishing company, chat. And they do their first book to great success, chat, which is Elf, about a human who thinks it like a fictional tale about a human who was raised by elves at the North Pole and goes to New York City to find his father and true family, chat. And it was a huge bestseller, commercial and critical success. Later on, we see Buddy celebrating Christmas with Zooey Deschanel and his whole family having a great goddamn time, chat. And, it's all narrated by Bob Newhart, chat. We cut to Bob Newhart, and apparently Zooey Deschanel and Will Ferrell, they got together, chat, and had hot, sweaty sex. And Zooey Deschanel, she front pooped out a baby. A baby came out of her, chat. And, they're coddling the baby. And Bob Newhart, he wants to hold the baby girl. He's like, oh, come up, give her to granddad, give her to Papa. And Will Ferrell's like, okay. And Buddy comes over and he sits on fucking Bob Newhart. He's like, oh, Buddy, please. Buddy, please. And he crushes and murders Bob Newhart, Chad. He's fucking dead. He's dead. And that, my friends, is the 2003 Jon Favreau, Will Ferrell starring comedy Christmas holiday classic, Elf. I hope you enjoyed the review. Yes. Oh, Emerald Phantom again. I'm so sorry I forgot to say out your name again. Emerald Phantom. Thank you. I'm going to remember next time. Thank you so much for the generosity. Thank you. Thank you for the gifted subs. That was very, very kind. You said I'm throwing lies. Thank you, Cleveland 200 Biddy. Solid matinee. For the movie itself, I would give it, Chad, in terms of the DT rating scale, I would give this a full price. I would give this movie a full price, Chad. Really, really like this movie a lot. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the review as well. Hope you had a fun time with it. Man, it's a lot longer than I thought it would be, Chad. Jesus Christ, we're almost 2 hours in. Whoo, boy. Crusader saying, Cas Fade full price. I did. I give it a better than sex, says James. I'll say full price. Glee. Oh, nice. Hope I don't get crucified for this, but decent. All right, no, it's fine. No, to each their own. To each their own, of course. To each their own. Now, I'm writing 4 out of 5 blindfold basement taste tests. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nia Brownie. That's great. I love that rating. Chat, well, I'm going to take a brief break. Chat. I'm going to refill my beverage. In the meantime, please entertain yourselves amongst yourselves, chat, and I shall return with more whiskey. Stick around.